Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Vikings, Valhalla, season 1, episode 2. I just watched the episode 1. If you want to see my reaction video about that, I'm gonna put the link into the eye. That was such a great first episode for that season 1. I'm really not that impressed, but I'm really satisfied, by it. I'm really satisfied by what they did, what the writers created, and how they did it. And for me, they really managed to take everything which was great into Vikings, the original show, and to take the same codes, with how to write it and how to film it, but with some differences and with such totally different stories, and also with a different time and all of that it's different, I don't have the impression to watch really a spin-off. In fact, it's a cousin of the first show of Vikings, but it's not a brother of it. Do you understand what I mean? Like, it's not a twin. I don't have the impression that they reproduced everything, that they really used everything. They used the same codes, but not the same things. It's so great. It's also great, like, I really appreciate it, because it has all of the things that I appreciated for Vikings, like family stories, like the religious subjects explored, interesting characters who can have a real development, all of these things about the Vikings, like really all of the things that I appreciated before. But with in a different way and with different characters, different stories. So cool. Yes, as you can see, I'm really satisfied, because I was afraid of, this show being just the pale copy of the first one. I was afraid of them not being enough good, like doing it, but not that good. Like, I'm just satisfied. I'm excited also, as you can see. I think with my gestures and all, you can understand that I'm excited by it. For the characters that we had and the stories that we began to have during this first episode, for sure, Harald, Freyda, and Leif, they're gonna be the main ones. I think that they made that clear. We were following them, we were with them. And the secondary characters who can be interesting really, and that we're gonna have for a long time, it's gonna be Olaf, the half-brother, who is representing the Vikings who are totally converted to the Christian religion and who are not accepting the pagans Vikings anymore. That's really a thing, that difference. Into this show, into that moment of the story, the division between the Vikings who are converted and the ones who are still praying the Vikings gods. It's really something interesting, something which is gonna cause a lot of issues also at some point, which is already causing issues, because Olaf, he didn't want to join King Canute of Denmark. I'm trying my best to remember the names quickly. I'm not so sure of all of them, so be patient with me with that. So to join him, at first he didn't want, he wanted a mass conversion to Christianism, and they did not accept, and they were right. Harald intervened to make them follow, to convince Olaf, his half-brother. They are not that close to each other, maybe he was closer, to Stan, his other brother who died. That's a personal revenge that he has to resolve, Harald, but that's also going with the Vikings revenge, which is gonna happen during this season at least, maybe during the entire show. That's also related to the Vikings revenge, all of what they want to do against Red 2, who didn't accept the Dane law, or at least who closed, blocked, erased the Dane law and wants to erase all of the Danes, all of the Vikings who are in England right now. It was 1 year ago that he did that. I'm sorry it's a mess because it's really me who is trying to remember everything before beginning this new episode. All of the main issues you know that we're gonna have. So he's not that close to Olaf. Olaf didn't want to join this army. He accepted because we talked about money, you know. We thought during the entire episode that Freyda wanted a personal revenge on Olaf, and in fact it was on his friend, his main soldier, I don't know how to name him, and I don't want to remember his name because he's already dead, so we don't care about him anymore. She had her revenge, she was raped, she's coming from Greenland with her brother Leif and with her friends. I can't remember all of their names. Liv, Jan, the others I can't remember. I remember their faces but not their names. So she killed him, they all saw that. For sure Olaf is not happy about it, and maybe it's gonna have big consequences because he was not, you know, he didn't want to join the army at first, and after that he was like, I'm gonna join for money reasons because I'm ambitious and all. Now you're saying that you killed his main soldier because he converted a pagan Viking. Not sure that he's gonna accept that. We have the Jarl of Kattegat who is gonna give her justice. I really appreciate her character and I think that she can understand the situation. And Leif, I said it during the review of the last episode, I think that he's gonna have in fact the most interesting development. Maybe for now, you know, Harald and Freyda, they have such a personality, a big one, and they already had something together, so you can think that they are the main ones and not Leif, but Leif is also one of the main characters in my opinion and can be in fact really the most interesting because his development can be so big. He's right there to have revenge for his sister, but he's observing stuff like the Vikings, the fact that they are divided, but they want to unite them. I mean, King Canute, but also Prince Harald, and we saw that it was really him, in fact, who did it, who convinced his brother, but also who made that speech to unite them, because he had experiences with them, he lived stuff with them, so it's really legitimate, you know, to unite them. So Leif saw all of that. Maybe he's gonna want his place into that, and with his personal story also, with his father who killed people, who was banished, maybe he's gonna want to have his place and to gain his place, you know, to earn it. A redemption, you know, for his family. Really, his story can go in so many different directions, and you know, when Freyda and Harald, they already have a lot of stuff for their characters, Leif is really like at the beginning of his character. I can feel it. So that's why I think that he can be the most interesting, in fact, to follow. Even more than the two other ones. Who are great, who are really great. Like, I already appreciate them and I think that I can really love them quick. But maybe I can connect more with Leif and I can appreciate more his story because I can see that his development can be big, you know. And see, I already talked a lot during this intro and just after one episode, because it gave me a lot of stuff, you know, like, again, all of the stuff that I love in Vikings, family stories, Viking stories, the big history, but also personal stories, revenge, honor, stuff like that, and also big subjects explored, the Vikings being divided, how to unite them, the religious aspect. Now it's the Christian Vikings who are in majority, you know, in comparison of the pagan ones, and we have also the old way of living as a Vikings, like the ones coming from England and the ones who are now into Norway and Denmark, you know, they have rich clothes and stuff like that. Like, I love that, and I love the fact that they're already talking about these subjects, but in a subtle way, you know, it's not that obvious. I mean, the religious thing, it's that obvious because it's really gonna be a big issue. But a lot of things like that, like, it's well done. And also, how the show is done, how it's filmed, it's using the codes of the old show of Vikings, but also with details which are changing, with the music which is maybe not that much present, but which is still there a lot during the moments that we need it, and how it's filmed and all, how the camera is moving. I'm thinking about that fight between Leif and these Vikings. It's different. We can see that we're into a totally different show, but still we can feel at home, you know? It's really cool. Again, it's a cousin of the original Vikings, but not a brother. Little difference. Okay, I'm gonna stop this intro right now. Remember that if you want to have my Patreon, on which we have some episodes of advance with this show. I don't know how much, if I am gonna make 3 or 2 episodes of advance. Check the description to know that. And with an extended or full reaction part. If it's only long episodes like that, extended reaction parts, it's really longer. No matter what, I think that it's interesting because I'm cutting less into it. And it's the best way also to support me if you want. And I think that you understood it, but I reacted also to Vikings, to the last seasons of Vikings. If you want to see my reaction videos about that, check the playlist. Let's go for this episode 2. I'm really excited to buy this new show, at first to discover it, but now that I see what they can offer us, what they already offered us with the first episode, and the direction that they are taking with the story, with how it's done, I'm even more excited. So cool. Let's go. The second episode of Vikings is named Viking.
You feel justice?
Yes, I do.
Good.
It's already done.
Because now they intend to kill us.
Father said,
Father was wrong. He's a stranger to this world, Freydis. He does not know how much has changed since he left.
and I believe in your outcome.
She releases us, she will start the war. Christians will burn down Kattegat and many other people will die.
She's gonna force you to stay to fight for them.
I am proud of you.
See, I can really appreciate quick these characters, and I can see that I'm connecting even more with Leif.
Any way to prove this?
Did I put the scar on my back?
Any one of your lovers could have done that to you.
The gods know the truth.
False gods!
We're back with that.
Trial by combat. If I'm lying, God will not protect me.
Combat. With me.
You are her accuser? Are you afraid?
Nah.
Therefore I implore you, and the noble ruler of Kattegat, to acknowledge that debt. Ask me.
I was waiting for you where you were.
Jarl Olaf makes an excellent argument. Since this woman cost you a vital element to our mission, should she not be forced to render something of equal, if not greater value to our endeavor? Her brother, Leif Erikson, son of the great berserker, Erik the Red. He piloted his ship across open ocean from Greenland through a storm that killed scores of us. I can
You
personally
felt
test
well
his
too.
fighting skills.
Mm-hmm.
But should we doubt his motivation, he will be fighting for the life of his sister.
What did you do?
To repay her debt, you must pledge service to his cause. Do you accept these terms?
I do.
Then, it is done.
He saw your speech and all, like, it's not surprising me that he accepts. And also, his story with his father, the fact that his father was banished. See, I was into it, I was like that.
A group of Norse entered this sanctuary of God. purposefully set fire to it, destroying it, restored to its original glory by me, Athelred. By God's blessing.
He seems to not believe you. Your son?
You know something which you are not sharing with me.
Our spies in the north say the Vikings are preparing for an invasion.
Damn unknowns. She was right.
You don't have a good else.
She knew they would come.
Maybe soon he's gonna take your place. Who are we talking
Was my
about?
father's ship. It's fast, tough.
You're giving him a boat? Responsibilities?
In Harald of Norway. Someday.
He's good looking, for sure, like, I didn't say it during the first episode, but... Olaf... Okay, you are not a rapist, but I'm not sure that we can trust you.
If you're expecting me to thank you, you'll be disappointed.
You're welcome. Anyway.
I told you what I came for and you took advantage of me.
He saved you.
What took advantage of whom is up for debate.
You could have helped me,
I could have had you killed.
and you did neither.
He chose to not
What
choose.
kind of man does that?
A man who is amazed by you. You may be gone from Kattegat 5 months somewhere.
She's gonna stay there?
Say goodbye to.
I'm gonna let him say goodbye.
I'll make sacrifices to Odin for your sake.
You'll be fine. Just take care of yourself.
She can do that. Oh! Time to learn their names. Skarder. Wolf. Skarder, Wolf. Leif. I've got you. Wolf, Skarder, Leif. Ah, you're talking about that. 3. Where are the other 2?
You do the same.
Wolf, Skarder, Leif. I'm going with Leif.
There's a Norway!
You're gonna say goodbye to him also?
Is a long time.
It was not the one with the fishes, okay? Okay.
You're Greenlanders. Yeah? Isn't really as gruesome as it sounds. I'm Johan. This is Thomas.
Oh no, new?
Scarlet. Yeah.
Johan, Thomas, Skarder, Ulf, Leif.
Yeah, go on. So, this is the young smoke. My Felix. Prince Harold. I agreed to fight for the Christians, not war with them. That's relieving. And it's a long swim to England.
I love his attitude around principles and values and an
Listen
attitude.
up. All knives and axes in the barrel. I have no enemies.
Showing the example, he really wants to unite all Vikings. Harold, truly appreciate you, and Leif, the same. I'm dealing with my excitement like I can, you know. Is it all, you know? Like, maybe the other guy didn't give everything. You didn't. I knew that one of you would cheat. That's a good one. They're so happy and excited. Our true Vikings. Okay, when you said she, you were talking about the queen.
His cause is deepened with his worry of a coming invasion.
It's alright.
Perhaps you could lessen his fears over the Northmen.
It's your daughter? What about?
Leave.
Okay. Okay, so it was not his son.
dictated terms for you to present to them. They always listen to God.
Not that time.
I have no intention of bargaining with them.
What do you intend to do?
To fight.
Fight. I intend to send Edmund to Mercia.
You also will try and take the throne from Edmund.
He will try, but not until after the Vikings have been defeated.
I have left you a nightmare.
You
It
married
seems
a
so.
Norman. We create nightmares.
Emma, Edmund, another brother in Normandy, in France. Edmund is going to be sent to Mercia to ask for the help of... I can't remember.
Nervous? Why did he go to Greenland? Because he killed men. Even when he wasn't ready. You ever killed a man before? It's no different to killing any other man. Man is different. He fights back. So does a golden bear.
Your name? Your name and your place also.
I had an idea you were moving the military operations into the old city.
There's no better fortress for London than beside the Roman streets.
That is because it is thought to be inhabited by their ghosts.
I don't believe ghosts can hurt me, Godwin.
Are you sure that's the sound idea?
I am. Because I'm expecting the Norse to behave